You're probably thinking, hang on, is this a Tour de France vlog or a HGV training? Well, it's both. Sort of. I just swapped 7 kilograms of carbon fiber for 44 tons of articulated steel. But here's the thing, whether you're racing on 2 wheels or driving and narting through a Leighton Buzzard backstreet, it's all about the line, entry, apex and exit. Same principles, way less Lycra. Right, let's get serious. I'm Patrick Biel, your HGV instructor, and today we are tackling tight corners, tight gaps, and how to keep your lorry from doing a 3-point turn in someone's garden. Hit that subscribe button if you want more proper lessons with a bit of a twist, and check the description if you are thinking about getting trained, licensed and earning. Now let's hit the road, not the curb.
First of all, we've got this meeting situation here, just making sure no one's coming, and then we've got this S-bend at the bottom. Now just remember, any sharp corners when you're driving class 1 an articulated truck, you need to make sure, if you are going on the wrong side of the road like we're doing now, there is no one coming towards you, and then do effort like this now. Come back to the curb with the cab, see if nothing's coming from the corner, from the roundabout, and then you can go. Now you can see the trailer pretty much stayed in our lane because I kept it very tight and to the curb on the near side. Okay, indicating left and coming off. Now we're gonna follow the road ahead, second exit. So talking about sharp bends and tight passes today on this lesson. There was this two was these two bends over there before the roundabout. They're very tricky. Now we've got this roundabout to deal with. Very busy, as you can see. Hopefully we can make it. Right, the truck is coming. That's because we know they are much slower. You can use it actually as a blocker. It will take them much longer to go around. I think they just started accelerate as well, which is not so good. So maybe not great decision over there. But yeah, if you see someone, if you've got something big coming to the roundabout, even though it's coming your way, you can sometimes use them as a blocker and go. So the speed limit now here on this test route coming back from Fennis Stratford to Leighton Buzzard is 50 miles per hour, and it's safe to do it. Just be careful on the bushes on the left. So tight passes, what I mean by tight passes, that's where where your space is limited by road furniture normally, and the first one is coming now. So what I'd like you to look at is this white line. You can see the white line on the coming towards that where it's very narrow, and you keep your truck on that white line. You can see in the offside mirror I just kept it, and then keep your steering straight when going through that gap. And again, just keeping the cab, keeping the truck on that white line, or find other reference point if it's somewhere else, and just keep it straight. This tight, you know, these islands and tight passes are made for dust cars, for buses, and basically for large vehicles, so you will fit, but you cannot concentrate on a near side mirror because you will go that way. So very often I see that on the lessons when students trying to get to squeeze in there, and they're looking in the near side mirror and their hands on the steering, they just steering towards the curb and they hit the curb. So the idea is to actually position yourself on that reference point, keep it tight to the offside mirror, find your reference point, keep it nicely, and then the other side you know will fit. Okay? This village 30 miles per hour, very, very nicely. You can go 30 here. And speed is changing to 50 miles per hour, checking the mirrors and accelerating. Very powerful trucks. They're going very nicely. Doing already 45. Just keeping an eye on the bushes because everything is overgrown now. And here on the top of the hill, you just take your foot off the gas. Let the gravity do the work. Make sure you stay in 50 because the truck will go faster and faster. 50, and I'm going on the gas slightly because the road is going uphill. Okay, just slowing down slightly by taking foot off accelerator. It's a little bit narrower now, bushes overhanging on the road, and I can't see around the corner. So you always expect the worst that could be there around that corner. Broken down vehicle, pedestrians, anything. Now you can see a little bit more, and the road becoming wider, you can go on the gas again. So back on 50. Really nice. This is, as I said, Leighton Buzzard, one of the Leighton Buzzard HGV test routes, and we are just going back to the Leighton Buzzard and the town centre from Fenny Stratford and Bletchley. We're going to be turning left at this T-junction. Now this T-junction, it's not that busy. We're looking to the right if it's clear, and to the left we've got this filter lane turning into our road, so just make sure no one is in that filter lane when you're coming out. And you don't need to be too long in that lane. As you can see in the near side mirror, you're just gonna go out slightly with the cab and then just go back in. So it's a split second being in that filter lane, but if there is someone, make sure you don't go because you're going to make them stop or slow down. And again, I'm easing off the gas, let the gravity do the work. A little bit of a roller coaster road. Who don't like that one, eh? The truck just rolling up and then down the hill is gaining some speed, so just keep an eye on this. Make sure you are in control, not the other way around. The road is not that bad, not too bouncy. 44 now, feels good. a little bit narrower. I didn't touch the accelerator, I didn't touch the brake. Everything is just, it feels okay with this speed. So just going just over 40 and just below 40. Checking the mirrors every 7 to 10 seconds. If there was a large vehicle, you know, going towards us, you would check the offside mirror when passing by. It's called follow-through check. Now, the speed limit drops to 30 miles per hour. My speed dropped just now to 30. I'm going to put a little bit of gas because it's going to be too slow. So 30 miles per hour coming to Leeds Lake now. And again, these tight passages, let's see how does it look like here. There's going to be a couple of them, and you can see the arrow in the middle of the road, and there is a little island. So just, as I said, you keep the truck on that white line and don't move your steering when going through this gap. If it's other place, somewhere else, or where you learn, you know, in other places, there's lots of people watching and commenting on these videos from all over the place. So just find yourself the reference point coming to these narrow gaps and bring the truck pretty much straight into it. This one is very narrow. So as you can see, I'm staying on the white line, I don't move the steering, and I just go through. Okay, speed is 24. Just looking at the signs, the speed is dropping down to 20. Big sign on the road, and the other one on the side of the road. Now, as you can see, we've got the yellow box junction, so we cannot enter this junction until we've got enough space after this junction for this vehicle. So it looks okay now, it's perfect. If it was blocked, then you cannot enter. So the speed limit is 20, mini roundabout coming. We want to keep this truck rolling, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. And look, it's clear, it's nice and clear. Now pedestrian crossings, okay? We're gonna have quite few here. Pedestrian crossings. Now scanning the crossing and everything around the crossing. If we can't see around the crossing properly, then you need to approach slowly, because someone can just run into the crossing. Another mini roundabout, just checking. See if we can go. So the car is saying we cannot enter. After this car, it looks like it's our turn, so let's go. Lovely day. Still speed is 20 miles per hour. Another pedestrian crossing. So again, let's see on this one. We've got cyclists there. He just pulled out, you know, from the fence over there. From behind the fence. On the right, nothing. On the left, just looking behind that fence. Maybe there is a kid on a scooter, you know, just going nuts, you know. So you just need to be prepared for this kind of thing, because you don't, it wouldn't be good to mix. And always plan. Even if the people are coming to the crossing, they're not on the crossing. Always plan for your trailer to get off the crossing before they step on the crossing. It's a lovely clear pedestrian crossing. And we're going. Great stuff. Another pedestrian crossing. So again, we're looking, it's pretty clear, but yeah, I'm just looking around. The bus, as you can see, is parked perfectly fine to go around. The road is very wide. Now we're just going to follow the road ahead. and I'm looking at this roundabout. It looks quite narrow. I'm just gonna split the lanes. Okay, splitting the lanes, because look at that. The right hand lane is going forward, but we're not gonna fit, and we need space in front of the, after the crossing to go. I was looking at the lady, she might be close, so there is someone not rushing really, and another two people. We need to just plan for this, because as I'm saying, I want to take the trailer off the crossing before they step on the crossing. So yeah, a little bit more planning comparing to the car. We are longer, heavier. Yeah. Now the crossing, this one is clear. Nice. And again, we're just gonna follow the road ahead. Second exit. Checking the crossing and around the crossing. Nothing's there. And then checking the roundabout. Looks like we've got blockers. Let's go. Another crossing just after the roundabout. Checking the crossing. And it's clear. We can go 20 miles per hour still. Just remember that. Going down the hill, it's easy to speed. Mini roundabout. A little bit blocked from the right. We've got blockers, many blockers, but just in case, we're just going to check. It looks okay. Okay, slow moving traffic, just make sure you don't block the roads. So the road on the left, you know, if someone want to come out, and we need to leave them space. And this is just what I said about the crossing. You don't know if they're gonna come or not. Yeah, just right. It was just right. This is slow moving, so that's all good. Crossing, just checking. Okay, no one there, and now no one around the crossing, so I can enter it, because I know I'm going to block the crossing slightly with the trailer, and then I deal with the roundabout. Okay, so you are allowed to do that, just remember. Now this crossing, just make sure you've got enough space after. Yeah, they're rolling forward. And then at the next mini roundabout, we're going to be turning left. Now this mini roundabout is very tight, okay? So if you come in here on your test, this is 6.5 minutes before your test will finish. So you know it's pretty much done. So just keep it sharp. And on this one, use as much space as you can. This bend is tight, and you've got an island which is restricting where the cab, where you can take the cab. Okay, so it's gonna continue being close to the curb with the cab, and then keep an eye on the trailer. Keeping an eye on the trailer. If we need more space, then we're gonna go onto that other lane. But we cannot just go in the lane and stop others. We need to wait for them. If they stop, then we can use this space. And the last bit here, just keep it straight. It's not that hard, but you can't forget that you are long, and you cannot start steering to the right too early, because you're going to bring the trailer on that curb on this island. So yeah, the speed has lifted up to 30 miles per hour. So checking your mirrors, you can go a little bit faster if you if it's safe. With that saying, the pavements here are very narrow, so if you've got pedestrians coming very close to the road, like this gentleman over there, just make sure you slow down this is some, you know, also the mini roundabout was there, so but if there is pedestrians, just make sure you don't fly next to them. That's all good. That's all good. Doing 22. Got the car parked on the left. I'm just gonna flick the signal on, indicate, and just go around it. And the other white car was quite far, coming back without indicating. Remember, you're not going to mislead anyone with the signals. Okay, good. Just checking that roundabout. Now, clear. You cannot just assume it's going to be clear. Looks like they're all stopping, but just always be very curious and anticipate that they might just pull out on your side of the road and take the priority of you. I was checking for this narrow gauge railway, and we've got two roundabouts, and we're turning first exit at the second roundabout. Okay, so this one we're going straight, and this one we're going left first exit. Beautiful. Right, and your last tight turning on this test route, it's gonna be going back into the Leighton Buzzard test center, and it's a left turn, very sharp turn, and you have to do it from this side of the road. You cannot use the opposite lane. So the test center is a couple of 100 yards in front of us. So what do? You position yourself on the white line, you drop your speed below 10, maybe 5 miles per hour. So when you're on the white line, then you chuck it in left using all the space, and you are back in the test center, which is on the left. We just passed it, and you're gonna get your result.
Alright, lesson done, and no bollards harmed in the making of this video. Tight corners, smashed it. Leighton Buzzard still standing. If you learned something or just enjoyed the ride, drop a like, hit subscribe, and have a look in the description for our pass guarantee training. From saddle to seat, it's all about skill, and I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully not stuck in a one-way system. Drive safe.